Hey everyone, Christmas has come early, I guess, because it's October 25th as I'm filming this. And it's been a crazy month because 7 out of my 11 positions have declared distribution increases this month. Pretty crazy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing. Time for another Portfolio Unveil video. This is a monthly series where I unveil my entire portfolio to you every single month. Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or planner. So this is just for informational, educational, entertainment purposes only. The real purpose is I'm just trying to show you my portfolio, what I bought and sold, and the update on my portfolio. That's it, guys. So again, not financial advice. Second thing, you're wondering, where's the passive? Why are you showing me your portfolio value? Sorry, let me go to portfolio value. Why are you showing me your portfolio value in stock unlock? Well, it's because I'm filming this on a Saturday on October 25th, and right now, passive seems to be busted. I get this message, broker maintenance, quest trade. It happens. So I'm just showing you in stock unlock because you actually have the amount here. So if you're new to the channel, remember that this is in Canadian dollars. So my current portfolio value is just over $2.4 million Canadian. This is Canadian dollars. And this is a combination of 3 investing accounts: my TFSA, my wife's TFSA, and our joint non-registered account. If you're wondering about the portfolio breakdown, don't worry, we're going to look at it in Excel, which is going to be much easier. But in case you guys want an application that has information, you could do research on individual stocks. I particularly like the dividends tab because it projects how much dividends you're going to get in the following month, and it's fairly accurate as well. Try out Stock Unlock, guys. They have a free plan, completely free if you want to try it. I have the Pro plan, which is $750 USD a month. But in case you want to try it, use my affiliate link. You'll get 10% off a paid plan. Or if you want, use my affiliate link and start with the free plan. And then when you upgrade, you'll still get that 10% off. So just in case. So just wanted to show you the value of the portfolio like I normally do, just a little over 2.4 million. So obviously a big jump because the market from last month at last unveil, because the market has been on fire, obviously. So before we look at the entire portfolio in Excel, which by the way, you could download for free on our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca, just go to free tools at the top here and it'll be the very first download. Before we get into it, I want to share some exciting news about the sponsor of this month's video and of this series, a good friend of the channel, Hamilton ETFs. HYLD, HDIV not only have both hit $1 billion in AUM recently, you see that here, so congratulations to them, but these two funds, these two all-in-one flagship funds that have been around for a while now and that are performing absolutely incredible, we'll see in a second some performance numbers, have both raised their distribution. So big news this month coming out of Hamilton ETFs. HYLD has raised the distribution from 14.7 cents to 15.3 cents for the November payout, and HDIV went from 17.3 cents to 18 cents for the November payout. So congratulations to Hamilton ETFs for hitting $1 billion on both their flagship funds. Really cool. And in case you didn't know, they also changed their funds a little bit recently by kicking out the bond funds and introducing some of the S-Day funds, which is their newer zero DTE strategies. S-Day and Q-Day have been added to HYLD, and C-Day and Q-Day makes sense, right? C-Day because it's Canadian focus and HDIV is more Canadian focus. So C-Day has been added to HDIV as well as a little bit of Q-Day as well. So there you have it. In terms of total returns, let's just do some real quick. HYLD versus VSP, the S&P 500 hedged the Canadian dollar. I'm doing that comparison because HYLD is hedged the Canadian dollar since January 1st or early 2024 when HYLD became HYLD 2.0. If we do the total return comparison, for example, with dividends reinvested and dividends not reinvested, HYLD is outperforming VSP. So that just says a lot in my opinion. If we do HDIV versus XIU, which is the TSX 60 index, it's also outperforming, right? And it makes sense as a comparison because HDIV is more Canadian focused. It's outperforming as well. But just for fun, I did VFV, the actual S&P 500 as well. And guess what? With dividends reinvested, it's also outperforming VFV. It's actually doing very well against VFV as well. So congratulations to Hamilton for the 1 billion mark increase. And of course, distribution increases. Always very, very exciting. So let's get into it. Let's review the portfolio. The first thing we'll do before we get into everything, and again, if it's too small, just download it like I showed you, is let's look at the changes. So we'll go to main portfolio tracker. October was pretty busy. So one thing that I did is I sold off my S-Day position and swapped it into other Hamilton funds, HYLD and Q-Day. This makes sense, right? Because S-Day was added to HYLD, so I streamlined my portfolio. So I sold S-Day 100,000 worth. I pretty much broke even on it in terms of capital. I only took a $315 loss, but that does not include the income. I made thousands of dollars of income off of S-Day, so definitely up. I have a profit overall for S-Day. 60K went into HYLD and 40K went into Q-Day, which is one of my favorite funds personally now, which is a little bit more, which is definitely technology oriented. So that's a big move I made. Not really a big move. It's more to streamline. So now I have one less position. So S-Day has been transferred based pretty much to HYLD and Q-Day. Another thing I did is I sold LBS, a very small split fund that I had, and I swapped it into Class A, the Brompton All-in-One Split Share Fund, which also increased distributions. And they're also doing a name change. We'll check that out in a second. So I don't want to pick and choose my individual split funds anymore. So I swapped it to Class A to make it more simple and less work, less babysitting. So those are the major changes I made. In terms of buys of the month, obviously 60K in HYLD, 40K in Q-Day. That's from the swap of S-Day. But my regular buys, if you will, 10K in HHIS, 10K in Biggie, 10K in GLCL and Gold, 15K in MSTE, which announced a distribution reduction, which is no surprise. 10K in ETHY.B, so I reintroduced Ethereum to my portfolio. And then you see Class A as well. Added a little bit more to it. Plus the swap of LBS, about 10K in Class A. So let's go through the portfolio together, everyone. So HYLD, increase the distribution. The annual distribution rate is now 1.836. So my yield is over 13%. Another big surprise is that QQCL from Global X increased their distributions as well for GLCL, which I own, but also QQCL. So if, of course, we look and we find where QQCL is, the non-leveraged version QQCC went from 12 cents to 13 cents, and the leveraged version, of which I own, QQCL, went from 29.5 cents to 31.5 cents. So that was a really cool surprise. So even QQCL, I have an increased yield now. I'm at just over 15.5%. So the annual distribution rate for QQCL is now 3.78. Remember, maybe next month it'll change. There could be variances every month, guys. Q-Day also increased their distribution a little bit. So it's the Hamilton good news has not stopped. So it went from just 20.2 cents to 20.3 cents. So now my OCD is completely satisfied because now I have a perfect 19.5% yield based on my book cost of $24.99 or 24.9866 to be precise. So HYLD, QQCL, Q-Day, distribution increases. HHIS, distribution increase, 25 cents a month to 26 cents a month, which is now annually it's 3.12. And hey, maybe there's even hope for another 1 cent increase as well next month. So that's another increase, which is really good news. We know that they're adding Reddit, Circle, SoFi, and Robinhood by end of the month. They'll be added in there. We'll see the update probably in a few days on their website. Biggie, no change. Well, it's brand new, just came out, but definitely the highest yielding one out of my 5 core US equity positions. So really good news. 4 out of the 5 increased distributions. What a fantastic month. Moving on to the Bitcoin and gold positions, MST reduced it. Not a surprise. It went from 55 cents a month to 45 cents a month. So everything went down. My yield, my payout went down, but it's expected, guys. MSTR went down like 30% the last 3 months. So of course they're going to have to reduce it. Remember, The distribution rates are based on NAV and volatility. So if the price drops sharply, you could expect a distribution decrease. If the price increases rapidly, like Broadcom and AMD and Palantir, they'll increase it, which is exactly what they did on those three Harvest High Income shares. I talk all about it in a video that came out yesterday, by the way, Friday, a couple of days ago. HBTE though, increase, big distribution increase, 33 cents a month to 43 cents a month with the new annual distribution rates, $5.16. So my yield definitely jumped on that one, and my income as well. HBIX, no change. GLCL, just like we saw really quickly before, also increased the distribution. It's no surprise. Gold has been on a tear. So that went from 20 cents a month to 22.5 cents a month. So small distribution increase there. So, which meant $50 increase for me. The lowest yielding position by far in my portfolio is GLCL now at 9.11. Class A, distribution increase and the name change. So they're going like the this is the press release here. They just released it Friday afternoon, I believe. They're going from 11 cents a month. Sorry, 11.5 cents a month to 13 cents a month, because they always, you know, Brompton told me they always want to keep Class A around the 12% yield mark, and it actually turns out that since it's $13, a 1.56 annual dividend rate, which is 13 cents a month, is actually exactly 12% based on the current stock price of about $13. So good news for Class A. They also they're renaming it to the Brompton Split Corp Enhanced Equity Income ETF. So the name's a little bit more fancy as well. Yeah, ETHY. So I added this one for two reasons. The main reason is because they were supposed to anyway vote to add 33% leverage to it. And number two, I got a little bit of FOMO because when I hear everything is going to be tokenized, all securities are going to be tokenized on the Ethereum platform, I just said, you know what, I got to have a little bit in there. So it's always going to remain a smaller secondary opportunistic position. I took the ETHY.B for the unhedged version, but unfortunately, apparently they didn't add the leverage because there weren't enough people at the shareholder meeting or something, so there's no leverage here. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm down on it now because I bought it pretty much at one of the worst times, but my theory or my plan for ETHY.B is add no more than $2,500 a month to average it down, only if I'm down at least 10 to 15% on it. So that's my plan. It's always going to remain a small position. Hopefully they add that leverage, because if they don't add the leverage, I don't think I might not be interested in it anymore. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So overall, it's been a great month, everyone. My income, which I track monthly here, every single month, you could see, hopefully my face is not blocking it, is last portfolio Unveil was $38,191 and now it's $40,297. So over $2,000 a month jump, which is fantastic. You have my book costs here. Download the sheet. If you want to know what do I have in my TFSAs versus my non-registered, you could unhide the columns here, guys, and you could see exactly my total shares, but exactly the breakdown between the TFSA and the non-reg. I'm not going to talk about taxes. I'm a non-resident of Canada, so my tax situation is very different from yours. I have plenty of videos on that. The summary now. So my book cost is you have it here, versus the portfolio value. So this is not counting the income, and this is unrealized. So I'm up 8.92%, guys, even a little bit more because it's 2.416, right? Yeah, 16. But anyway, Monday it'll change and whatever. So I'm up 8.92%. That's just unrealized capital. The income I calculate all separately, guys. And if you scroll to the left, you'll see my income numbers for the year. I just passed $310,000 of gross income for the year. And the capital gains, this is all realized, by the way. This is realized income, realized capital gains. The realized capital gains is basically from all the reds and greens here, the red and green fonts, the trades that I made during the day. So if you add it all up, I'm actually up almost $10,000 in capital gains. I don't really care about that. I'm not buying low to sell high. It's just when I do changes in my portfolio. So everything is going well, guys. You could see my new yield, all the all my new income levels, how much is coming from the TFSA, how much is coming from the cash account, etc., etc., etc. I am doing some top FAQ videos that I get all the time, frequently asked questions on my portfolio, accounts and taxes and tracking, and this is all Canadian. What would you buy? What would your portfolio look like if you're American? So look in the video description below. I have some videos already out on those, and the rest are a work in progress. You could see which ones are a work in progress. But that's basically it. If you want to follow my portfolio every single day, guys, make sure to download the Blossom app. And if you don't like your phone, they even have a desktop app now. So it's Blossom. My user ID is Adrian_PII. You could follow me. You could follow my portfolio every single day. Just use the link in the video description below to download the app and install it. You could upload your portfolio. You could look at other people's portfolio, etc., etc. Make sure you get the Blossom app using my link. And if you're interested, if you like these portfolio unveil videos, by the way, and you want to see my entire family members portfolio, I unveil that every single month to inner circle members only. So you got to be an inner circle member to see my family members portfolio. So just click on the little join button to get more information and join, and you'll have access to all those videos as well as live streams and all kinds of other perks and features. It's only $3 Canadian a month, guys. It's very, very cheap, which is like, I don't know, 3 cents American or something. But anyway, that's the portfolio unveil for the month of October. We're going to do this again next month, guys. And if you have any questions, let me know. But stay safe, everyone. Stay passive. Stay honorable. See you next time.